Oh, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Anna and I'm a little bit spooky. And today we have our coffee, and you know what that means. It's coffee and makeup time. Today we're going to talk all about where I've been. While there hasn't been any really recent looking videos up, I've just been kind of uploading stuff that I already pre-filmed because I had surgery. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about just feeling really bad lately. I don't know. So we're going to do a little bit of therapy session, I guess. And drink some coffee and play in some makeup and bitch about a foundation. Let's go ahead and just get into this makeup look. We'll be using the Naked Cherry today. Just doing something soft, easy, quick. I do have to head out to work after this and run some errands. So yeah, let's just jump into this chit chat and coffee, makeup, play date, whatever. Yeah, go ahead and grab your coffee. Let's get started. Okay, good morning. Oh my goodness. Ugh. My hair's a little damp still. It's drying. I'll fix it fully by the end of the video, but good morning. Do you have your coffee? My husband's actually going to get mine right now, and before he told me he was going to get coffee, I made some coffee. So I also have a giant tumbler of coffee as well. We're gonna be so hyper today. Anyways, how you doing? Been a while. It's been a month for here. I think in my last Get Ready With Me, or coffee and makeup, we talked about potentially having surgery and being sick, and well, I had the surgery. It kind of was like, oh yeah, you're having it, but it was for the best to get it done. So here we are. I am a week and a half post-op and feel basically normal, so that's great. But yeah, we'll get into all that. We're just gonna do some makeup today. I'm gonna play with the Naked Cherry just because I'm in the mood for the Naked Cherry today, and I'm not gonna focus a whole lot on the makeup and really talk you through it, but we're just gonna sit down, play, and chit chat and catch up. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to jump in with Hot Spot and highlight the brow bone, as I like to do. And I'm going to jump in Caution next, run that through the transition. I was a really sick girl. Didn't know how sick I was, really. Just kind of had lived with stomach issues and what I thought was just indigestion, heartburn for a long time. Ironically, the first flare-up I ever had with my gallbladder was on Mother's Day, and my surgery was right before Mother's Day to get my gallbladder out. I know a lot of people get their gallbladder out. It's not that big a deal. It really isn't. It's a very straightforward surgery, but mine had a little bit of complications to it because of gallstones. I had some that were trying to pass and move about, and they had completely clogged up my gallbladder, and stuff was backing up into my liver and pancreas. It was real fun. They had to do a little bit more than normal, just because of that, a little more cutting and stuff. And I had to have a drainage tube because I had a lot of inflammation and swelling after the fact. So I woke up after surgery with a tube coming out of my side, so that was a whole lot of fun, and I had to be there almost a week. And that thing went all the way across my stomach, upper stomach, right below my boobs, basically. It set, or just around top of my ribs, and it went all the way across, and that actually was 90% of the pain that I was feeling, was that thing just pressing against me. I thought it was all pain from just having surgery. No, it was that stupid thing. Because everybody's like, oh, you'll be back on your feet in a couple days, you'll be fine, no big deal. Because I did have it laparoscopic. There was a risk that I was going to have old school cut open big surgery, but they managed to get it all laparoscopically. Didn't even have to make an extra incision, which was most likely what we thought was going to happen. Everybody kept telling me, oh, you'll be recovered in no time, 2 days, you'll be back to work. Full week. I think I went back to work the Monday following, a week later, the afternoon that I got the tube taken out, and I had a very, very easy day of just sitting there and just doing admin and stuff. I gave him take feels there as well, because it hurt. I was still sore, very sore. Yeah, there was soreness, around the incisions, obviously. I have 4 incisions, 3 from the surgery, 1 from the tube. Those from the surgery have basically healed up. They look nice and pretty, clean. The one from the tube looks like a bullet hole. So yeah, there's that. It's pretty gross looking, but it's healing slowly. Been able to take the Band-Aid off of it now and let it really heal up good. pretty much how I was spent my last 2 weeks. Well, particularly that first week, couldn't even stand up hardly. The day after surgery, I used a walker to get around the house. Thankfully, my husband has one for his feet. And I was pretty much just out of it on pain meds too. Slept a lot. Just, it hurt to breathe. I couldn't yawn. I couldn't sneeze. Couldn't do nothing. Couldn't eat. It was rough. It was really rough. Thankfully, my husband's parents came and were here to help because, well, what had happened was my husband locked himself out of the house. Let me just start at the beginning. Because of this virus and everything, COVID, no one was allowed in the hospital with me at all during the procedure in the surgical center. All right, I'm taking Devilish, moving on right along here. And so he was supposed to wait in the car. And I told him, okay, well, you go ahead and get you something to eat. I'm going to be here like 4 hours before they even call you. It's going to be like 2 hours. Go get something to eat, run home, do whatever, and then come back. So he does that. He comes home, runs home for a minute to check on Pumpkin, whatever. Locks himself out of the house, or locks his keys in the house. And kicks the door down to get the keys because we didn't have a locksmith available. Even called the police station. They told him his best bet was to kick his own door down. So that's what we did, or he did. So he called his parents. His dad come help him fix the door. And thank God that his parents ended up coming up because they ended up being such a good help. Especially having his mom here because she's had her gallbladder out as well. Having them here and, her to sit with me and stuff and help was very nice. And they did laundry and all kinds of stuff that they didn't have to do. But how parents are. Just watched TV and hung out. I don't think I actually watched TV. I just kind of sat there. I have no idea what I was watching. I think I was just looking at stuff on my phone the whole time. But yeah, the day of surgery, all that had happened when I went into surgery. They had just brought me back. Then I started having panic attacks. That was fun. So they had to calm me down before we could do surgery. And they gave me some medicine in my IV, which was amazing. My head went like that. Just, whoa. And he's like, yep, it's kicking in. Everybody, the whole staff at that hospital was so kind and so nice and funny. And they joked around with me, especially because they knew I was freaking out. It's just something about being by yourself. And it was the first time I've ever had surgery like that before, beyond oral surgery, just an upper GI procedure that's nothing to it. This was scary to me. I was panicking, hyperventilating, the whole 9 yards. It was so fun. And I've had a few panic attacks since, I think, Mother's Day, yeah. Last Sunday. I had a pretty bad day. I still had the tube in. I was hurting. I was like, why am I not feeling better yet? Something's wrong. I was freaking out. And just, Mother's Day is not a good day for me anyway. It was just a really bad day. Thankfully, the next day, they took the tube out, which, I don't know if you guys have had a drainage tube and had that thing pulled out. It feels like your insides are getting sucked out for a split second. You feel like the end of Braveheart, William Wallace getting disemboweled. I should have just yelled freedom for a second there because he was talking to me the whole time, keeping me busy and distracting me, and he just yanked the fucking thing out. And I just, ugh. I mean, it doesn't hurt. It just feels incredibly uncomfortable. It's not a sensation you ever want to feel again. It's very nauseating feeling. I thought I was going to throw up for a second. Okay, I'm taking privacy in the outer portion. It was a terrible feeling. And then after that, nothing. It's relief, honestly. You feel, because there's a thing out of your body and you feel just really relieved. A pressure is lifted. I feel like I could take a deep breath again. I could move again. And just the pain was instantly gone. Aside from a little bit of soreness. And yeah, and just, it was a little bit of pain around the actual incision, but nothing terrible. I don't know, it wasn't bad. And he just put a Band-Aid on it, and he's like, or no, he put a piece of gauze on it. He's like, okay, put the Band-Aid on it tomorrow. You're good to go. I'll see you in a month. Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. I was so happy to have that stupid tube out. And so I went to work afterwards, just because I'm so sick of sitting home at that point. I was like, yeah, I'll just go, come in and hang out for a bit and maybe get started on some projects, see what we need to get going, this and that. So I did that. I was pretty sore that evening, for the next couple days, especially in the evenings, I'd be more sore because I was sitting there sewing and kind of hunched over, I guess, and not in the best posture for my tummy or my back anyway. That's another thing, because I had spent so much time in bed and just I could only sleep on my back. I couldn't turn over or anything because of the drainage tube. Like, there was no comfortable way to lay. It was just on your back. I could lay on my side for like a minute on my opposite side, but it would start hurting. Like, I feel like it was just grinding in my insides. And so, yeah, it was just on my back, propped up, because you couldn't stretch out flat. So that hurt. My hips, my shoulders, my back, everything was just pain. It got to the point, and gas cramps. Don't get me started on the gas. That's a whole nother ball game. I've never had gas like that, like gas cramps. It just hurting because they pump you full of gas during abdominal surgery. Anyway, so there was that fun element of pain. It got to the point where it was like hydrocodone was like maybe taking the edge off of pain. You still hurt. Like, the first thing when I woke up was just, I think I said was, ow. And, they send you home the same day. I was lucky enough to be able to sit home the same day anyway. And I've been healing really well, though. And I don't tolerate medication very well, like painkillers and stuff. So I was so goofed and not feeling good from that. It kind of miserable. It was like, a terrible week. And then Sunday, of course, I had like panic attack, ugly cry, all that. That did not feel good to do. That really made me hurt. Oh, and I accidentally caught the tube on the kitchen cabinet walking around the kitchen because you're supposed to get them walk and do stuff. So I was trying to like get gas flow, that's what they tell you to do, walk around, help you use the bathroom, all that kind of shit. But fully recovered now. I think by Wednesday this week, I was like 100% normal feeling, aside from just a slight, like, just in the incision area where the tube was a little bit tender, I guess, because, they didn't put a stitch or anything in it. It was just healing. Now then I got really itchy at all my incisions. Now it's just the one that's a little itchy. The rest are healed up pretty. Like, they look like nothing. They're like the wimpiest little scars ever. Then like all that pain and stuff, and this is all I got to show for these little baby scars and my one that looks like a bullet hole. But yeah, the glue fell off this week and they look so clean and nice and not gross at all. Like, they looked pretty gross and they still had the glue on them because it had like blood and stuff under it. And can I just say how awesome my husband was during all this? Like, I'm taking drunk dial. He sat with me. He took off work. He offered to take off more days if I needed him. He waited on me, kept me calm and happy, and just so patient. He cleaned my drainage tube for me the first few days when I couldn't do it. Changed out my bandages when they needed it because I had to keep gauze and stuff around the tube. He did all that for me, helped me take showers. Was willing to wipe my butt if I needed it. Girl, I could not reach to do any of that kind of stuff. And luckily, because of the pain medicine, I didn't have to use the bathroom for a few days. So that kind of worked out. By the time I did, I was able to do it myself. TMI. He was a very, very good nurse. And Pumpkin was so good. Like, she avoided my stomach. Like, she just knew. And she didn't try to get around my tube or nothing. She was so gentle with me and like delicate. Like, I was so scared she was gonna just leap right in the middle of me. No, she wanted me to hold her here and there, but like, she understood that I couldn't and that I could only sit with her in the bed kind of thing. Felt like I got where I could pick her up, and then last week I got where I could, last week. Later in the week, I was able to take her in the car with me and stuff and hold her like normal. I have been able to eat. I was really scared to eat for like a week and a half, if anything, because I've been on such a bland diet from the beginning. So I was terrified of eating anything too harsh. Yeah, I've been on like an incredibly bland diet for the last, because of my gallbladder and stomach issues, because it would hurt so bad. So I was finally kind of getting a little braver. I could eat Panda Express. I could eat like the teriyaki chicken and white rice. then I branch out, try something else the next day. And then finally I ate like a quesarito from Taco Bell. I was like, oh my god, I could eat a quesarito from Taco Bell. And next day I had Mexican food. Like full on, we went to and got takeout from my favorite Mexican restaurant, and I ate a tamale and some rice and beans, and I was the best tasting rice and beans I've ever had in my life, just because it's been so long since I had any like flavor. I was just, oh my god, I can eat again. Like, no upset stomach, no gas, no heartburn really. I've had heartburn a couple of times, just old school like acid reflux, but obviously it's usually because I've eaten something that will cause it in like anybody. I think the day I had the tube out, I had just an unexplainably terrible acid reflux that day. Like, I drank water and had acid reflux, but I think that was just because I got the tube and all that. Let's take a little bit of maybe ambitious. I feel like I've done this look before. It doesn't matter. It's not really about the look, is it? We're just talking. I'm gonna put that on the inner part. All I know is I am so glad that is all over with and done. I don't want to feel that kind of pain again. And discomfort and misery. Oh, so miserable. And so I think I did have a bit of a different experience than most people do with gallbladder surgery. Most people's is pretty straightforward. They're good in a couple of days. Mine was just a little bit more intense. After the fact, though, I've been doing great now. I'm like, can eat stuff I definitely couldn't eat before without having some problems. So I can, not have to live in fear of, well, if I eat this, am I going to be hurting? Am I going to be sick? Am I going to this and that? Was kind of scared first couple weeks there trying foods. Nothing's really bothered me. I've done really well. So I'm like, girl, I'm good. But I am cutting out dairy and kind of doing more of a paleo style diet. Not going to do keto again. I don't know. I think the high fats, my stomach don't really agree too well. It tears me up, honestly. So I think I'm just going to kind of take it a little bit easier. And with paleo, you kind of get some good fiber in there that I think my body needs. And just nice, good carbs, I guess. Yeah, the ancient grains and stuff. But I am taking out the dairy because I love milk, but we don't really agree. We don't see eye to eye. I'm kind of allergic to it. Like, as in, like, sniffly, itchy, like that kind of allergic to milk, which is weird. That's basically eyeshadow done for today. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of liner. Just gonna put some black liner right at the lash line, just for some definition. But the same day that I was having my surgery, my dad was having his chemo port put in because he's starting chemo this week. He's gonna have it every 2 weeks for 6 months. So that's all I can really talk about there because I can't. Can't talk about it really. I don't want to ruin my makeup. And anyway, it was weird because he came out of surgery as I was going into surgery. And we were at 2 different hospitals. Like, we couldn't coordinate to do this at the same hospital. We had like the worst timing. Like, everything has been the worst timing right now. Coronavirus and everything else. Because it was like, oh, we need all this medical stuff right now during a pandemic. Good timing. Oh my god, we're so good at timing. But luckily, like, the restrictions had just lifted in time for me to have my surgery. I mean, I think I still have an occasional twinge here and there, but I'm still healing from the tube. Like, it feels just a little tight over there sometimes, but otherwise, I think I'm feeling pretty damn good considering. But I just wanted to give you guys a little update on what was going on. So I know I had like 1 or 2 weeks there where videos were just kind of real sporadic. There may have been one. I think 1 week I didn't even have anything. I don't remember. Like, I probably couldn't have functioned to even post the videos. Just trying to look at Facebook was a challenge some days. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do my face makeup and I'll be right back for the finishing touches and some more chit chat. Okay, I'm back with the coffee. It's my delicious CC's coffee. Anyway, where were we? Oh, I just did my foundation contour concealer powder. I am trying to use this foundation again, the Dream Radiant Liquid. I think it looks like shit. I think my skin looks awful. I think this is a bad foundation. Sorry. Patchy, I look gross, I look washed out, I look sick. I don't like the texture of the foundation either. It's just, my nose looks awful. I mean, my skin's kind of been going through it because I haven't been taking the best care of it because I haven't felt like it, but Also, this just looks particularly bad. Like, I look sick. So let's try to fix it. Let's go ahead and finish up the under eyes with a little bit of Devilish on a Morphe M456. I'm just gonna pull that around under here. That's basically what has been going on here. Our state is opening up. We're in phase 1. We're still selling face masks. Not quite as much. I'm still working every day this week. Every day, all week long, sewing and all that, because I'll make a back stock, I'll get caught up, and then they all sell. At least we're just not overwhelmed with orders like we were, and I'm kind of thankful for that. So it was just too much. I would never be able to do that on my own. Or like what I'm doing right now anyway. It's basically I'm doing them at the moment from start to finish, because there's other things going on too. Other projects. And I finally kind of got the hang of sewing and the machine and all of that. I had a rough beginning of the week with that. Just little things. I didn't know how to do the bobbin at the bottom. You know, I'm fully learning. I've never done it before. So I was having some technical difficulties, but I think by Wednesday I had it pretty under control. I was doing really well with it. But there was a very rocky couple of days. It was either one thing was going wrong, I was doing something wrong, and then I swear I'd get told that was how you did it, and then turn around, oh no, this is how you do it. It was like I could not. I was very frustrated. Very frustrated. I swear I would be told one thing and then get told another thing, or something would get approved and signed off on. Oh yeah, you're doing it right. And it turns out it's completely wrong. Like, we're just not paying attention to what I'm doing when I'm asking, is this correct? They're not looking at it and saying yes or no. They're just whatevering me. So they're not listening. And that just comes with the territory, I think, of working with other people. You get frustrated. You get overwhelmed. Or taking a little bit of feels. Things get lost in translation sometimes. It's just the way it is. There's gonna be weeks where you feel like nothing you do is right, which was how I felt majority of the week last week. I just was not in a good mental place all week. Even though I'm feeling better physically, it's just been mentally a bit of a struggle still with everything else going on. Some lot of bad dreams, that kind of thing, and I need to just take a little more devilish. I'm feeling pretty good today, but it's only 7:30. A lot of day left that can be shitty for me, so I don't know. I've been in a bit of a emotionally fragile state. I don't know. My temper's not been great. Let's put it that way. I felt like really depressed a few days there. Of just like, really bad. Not my character to be like that kind of depressed. You have to take a little bit of turn on this inner part. Like, I mean, I'll get kind of down the dumps sometimes, but not to that extreme that I was feeling. Just kind of loop that around. I always think this shade's gonna be lighter than it is. Alright, so let's take a little bit of Bang Bang. I'll try to lighten that up a little bit right there. Alright, just go in my highlighter later and amp that up. That didn't improve the situation of looking sickly. Let's make it even more sickly looking. But taking some of Pillow Talk liner from Charlotte Tilbury, and just gonna pop her on right there. Not a whole lot, because my eyes are watery. So never mind. It's per usual. Okay, let's do some blush. I'm going to take Sophisticated Sable from CoverGirl. I'm going to take the darkest shade first in a little palette. Yeah, this morning I have to go to Hobby Lobby and Joann's, make a supply run. We usually do it the first of the week, usually Monday or Tuesday. We do our supply runs. I was trying to source everything online this weekend. Everything is so out of stock. Still, as far as like supplies that we need for work kind of thing, that's making it quite hard to get what we need. Okay, dummy. Well, I'm doing the the middle shade now. Just on the kind of, I guess, backs of the apples of the cheeks. I think everyone's been having a really rough go of it lately. Like, a lot of my friends on YouTube are having a hard time, just mentally. My real life, like, friends that you see day-to-day basis, I feel like everyone's just having a really rough time, like with being depressed and just miserable. I don't know if it's because of quarantine really, or being on lockdown and stuff, and just lonely, or if there's like something astrological going on, like is Mercury in retrograde or something. Like, what the hell? Why is everybody like this? Like, everyone's just mopey and miserable and crying, and like, what? Why? Like, all my friends were just struggling right now. Okay, for highlighter, I'm going to take the Sugar Glow kit from ABH and we're going to go in with, I think, Gumdrop and Starburst. Kind of a combo of the two, a little cocktail. And yeah, I forgot to do this before my blush, like I like to do. So let's take a Gumdrop here. Oh, I hate the way my skin looks today. I have not had great skin days, to be fair. But that foundation also just sucks. Why did I try to do that today? I'm going to declutter it. I just kept thinking, oh, I need to try it again. Really make sure that's how I feel. And maybe if it works, if I get it to work, we can do a revisiting video, an update on it or something. But no, it's just worse. It's just gotten worse. Wow, I accidentally got too much highlighter on my nose. Like, I look ghostly, but not in the way that I like to look ghostly. Does that make any sense? Like, I don't mind looking like a vampire, but I don't like looking sick. You know? It's a fine line with all that. Yeah, I don't usually have, full-on, like, depression issues. It's more anxiety, but that was full-on. Another level. It felt that way in a really long time, and it was not fun. Okay, let's do some mascara. Okay, just went ahead and kind of zhuzhed my hair a little bit. I'm just gonna go with my natural wave today. Like, I brushed it out and then just let it air dry, and it's doing a nice little wavy situation, so I'm just gonna go with it. It's not looking too frizzy or nothing, so yeah, I just put a little dry texture spray through. And for mascara, I use the L'Oreal Voluminous in Burgundy. For lips, I think I'm gonna go with Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit and Give Me Mocha. I feel like that, I don't know, I feel like it would look good with this look. Oh yeah, that's perfect shade for these, for the eyes. I feel like this foundation just emphasizes every bit of texture on my skin. But I wanted to give it a fair shot one more time before decluttering it. So I've kind of started on the organizing the makeup and office, the rest of the office anyway. So I get my dresser ready to go in here. But I've kind of brought all the makeup into here, put it in this thing behind me. It's just temporary. And I got everything out of here that needs to be in the office. Stationary stuff. I feel like as soon as I put my face mask on, this foundation's gonna be gone. I haven't had that problem with most of my foundations and stuff. Like, I wear my mask to run errands. I put it on probably once a day at least. For one reason or another, if you have a customer come in, something like that. My foundation makeup usually looks fine. I feel like I'm just touching my face and it's already like coming off. It's not gonna be good. I'm gonna look like ass by the time I get to work. Like, I'm already like dry but shiny. Wet. But anyway. We now know for sure this foundation is garbage and is going into the declutter basket. But anyway, that is all for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, listening to me ramble, and having a cup of coffee with me. I know we weren't super like perky and fun and yay today, but I'm just not in a perky fun yay mood. Well, I actually feel pretty good today. I had to talk about some more serious stuff, I guess, in this video. If you liked hanging out with me and all of that, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know if you're feeling kind of weird lately, like down in the dumps, depressed. Is this some kind of like phenomenon going on, like with everybody having the vivid dreams? What's up? Let me know down below in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay spooky and stay safe. Bye now.